Mario. You know him. You tolerate him. Super Mario is a platforming video game series where you play as a quote-unquote middle-aged plumber whose special ability is easily controlled. Mario has been in the gaming community ever since your mother knew how to press the B button, and he blew up because it was normal. Yeah. Turns out Mario was the only game that wasn't either a space shooter or Pac-Man. And for a game about a random fat Italian who eats spaghetti and grooms children, it was kinda world-changing. This is the biggest success in Nintendo since selling cards in free hotels which unlikely contain prostitutes.
Wait, you can't just skip over information like that?
And everyone loves this guy. Well, except for everyone. In this never-ending series of re-releases, you are Mr. Gay. And he just so happened to be the one who partakes in daily constitutionals, which always, mostly, usually, sometimes takes place in the Mushroom Kingdom. Other times in another galaxy. But in the few moments where you are in the Mushroom Kingdom, you can admire the hills, glance at the bushes, glare at the clouds. Like the bushes gotta realize they're the same thing as the clouds. Ignoring the atrocity they call nature, the Mushroom Kingdom is pretty tight. Did I say it? As the name implies, this is a self-aware juggling containing multiple mushes. Unfortunately, that's the most realistic part of this entire world. Because when you consume one of these fungal lunches, they turn into gimmicks used to make a new game. You know those shrooms I was just talking about, you stupid idiot? You suck. Yeah, they're a living, walking species called toads. You know these aren't tough. Once ready to deal with the fallacy of nature, Mario can be like his favorite fish skill and ditch his place with residence for another species' genitals. To succeed his action of betrayal, Mario needs to use his hominid tenderness attributes. Run and jump. That's it. But in this world, you don't immediately die. Considering Mario is fatter than a seal, you'd expect his fat apple to go at least 2 inches before having a heart attack. Even if Mario is more mobile than he looks, having a special ability that's just no human activities would be useless. I was just joking. Mario's jumping abilities are pretty impressive. But you know what's not impressive? Brain damage. And Mario has a whole lot of that. Mario never really liked animals, especially turtles. So he does what anyone else would do when he sees a turtle, and he uses his jumping abilities to commit mass murder towards a group of race criminals. He lands his wives by accommodating the lag to raise the turtle and suspicion of daughter to 400-pound man to his organ and paving that Batman walked away with an idiot's mild in front of animation. But enough talking about my ex-wife growth fantasy. I've basically only been giving you a PSA for why you should respect your elders. But Mario has a habit of kindly removing the lives of no-armed brown guys and female plants forcefully. Can you really blame him though? Look at this! If you were Mario, you would want to commit violent acts too, right? Wait, no-armed brown guy? You might be wondering why Mario's in the proximity of these animals. Keep wondering. My only guess why Mario terrorizes these almost amphibians is because of this. This is Doug, the gay ox. And he's cool. You see his spikes? That's cool.
That's a dang lie.
The problem with this abomination, besides his ugly face, is he's ruining Mario's already lacking relationship by kidnapping his home. And that isn't really pleasant to us, so let's do something completely rational. Because I trust myself to do that. And stalk every castle he makes. Listen, I know he took his true love, or at least one of them, but couldn't he ask for it back? I mean, when life takes you together, you don't kill his family. But it's Mario. And he wants to beat. Since we don't have a choice, let's break into Bowser's castle and kill all his children. To prevent any homophobic pasta eaters from invading his home, Doug puts these bases in front of Toadstool's house to discontinue Mario's journey for ox-blatting. I'm starting to notice a pattern of castles. Even though I said house, but you know what? To be honest, I'm not sure how a fat homophobic Italian bastard is supposed to be affected by this. It'd be idiotic if Mario would even mess with these things. Are you freaky? Mario, I promise you were the centigrated person I know. Inside of the homophobic Italian traps are flags for Mario to vandalize and destroy. Doug leaves a trail of these bases, as previously stated, in front of Toadstool's house, and they always lead to his castle. Even more conveniently, Mario always has to go through a grassland, a desert, Iceland, a beach, a jungle, a mountain, clouds in the sky, and then Doug on the ground. It seems kind of illogical for Mario to go from clouds in the sky to Bowser's castle on the ground, but I digress, whatever that means. But I do know putting these Bumpers? Yeah, I'm calling them bumpers. Too bad this is the last time I'll be talking about them, so...
Makes Bowser a friggin' butthole.
Cause he's the reason everyone's calling my first Mario game in 87? Wait, Luigi's just a 3 out of 100? You motherfucker. Maybe Doug is just trying to bore him. But if you see a man with a face like this, boring him will not work. But I can tell you, this is the closest Mario will ever get to second base. Fun fact, it gets less fun. Did you know Mario was originally gonna have a gun? That's no good. Instead of smashing their bodies into the pavement, it's an AK-47 straight towards their noggins. At least it's not as bad as literally getting grounded, but he is still removing the frontal lobe of innocent turtle. But luckily, Nintendo does not accept any lawsuits. This animal abuse. So they removed guns for a much more brutal murder method. Gun or not, there is no plot or logic. For example, how does Mario find these places? In the new game for the Wii, Mario just walks through some random trees. But when I do it, that old creepy man shows up again. Also, why is there a forest next to a beach? And how did Mario know he could walk in a straight line and be perfectly fine? Does he have a map? Cause I have a hard time believing this fat bastard has clairvoyance. But who needs clairvoyance when he have drugs? Yo, it's just Mario. If you thought Mario just killing any inconsequential animal in an 8-mile radius and eating mom spaghetti was bad enough, he casually breaks his casual cranium to eat a casual mushroom that casually comes from a casual box like this. See? Perfectly casual drug, shipped by Amazon. The mushroom puts Mario through enough mitosis to make him 2 times bigger. And then goes his body in size. But with the power of a paintbrush, Mario can get another life.
Get another life?
I'm no professional Italian salvadist, but I'm pretty sure if you get stabbed, that's an immediate game over. Let me see. As soon as Mario consumes 86% mushroom, 23% cow, all of the suspicious mushrooms turn to free weed to give you either red or blue powers. But as you progress into the same world with minor changes, you find out Mario's a fairy. And just like any other fairy, Mario gets harassed by a cult whose sole purpose is to let animals dominate the world. On days when Jeff Bezos feels really query, he gives Mario these, stars. I'm a star. This is offensive. When Mario gives me a reason to hate him even more, he goes level 9 crack acid invincible mode. It kinda worries me how Mario can willingly eat these drugs with eyes. Last time I ate something with eyes, I threw it in the trash.
Because I hate potatoes.
I'm starting to think about it, and there's a possibility these mushrooms are toads. Looks like there's not much room to put any explanation here. You get it? Cause much sounds like much. I've basically lied to you about things you already know, but you might be asking, who made this filth garbage booty cart? Well, my suffering started in 1981 when a guy named Shigeru Miyamoto had a wet dream of Popeye. He wanted to publicize his love for drug addicts, but the realization hit him and then he went to jail for domestic abuse. Miyamoto didn't own Popeye, so he made Popeye at home. I hate this. And this guy was different enough to avoid any lawsuits with Popeye. Now this guy! Now I don't know how to make this funny, but Universal Studios was seconds away from ending the legacy of Nintendo. And they have the right to do so. Now this may sound unrealistic, so shut up and let me lie. Nintendo had perfect reasoning and played fair in the court and won. Just kidding, that was when I lied. They hired someone to lie good enough for them so the court would believe them. Due to my political ignorance and lack of attention span, I don't know or care about anything in court. But with a case like this, it should have ended differently. Nintendo's land guy, Mario Siegel, bullied all his co-workers because someone stole his ice cream or whatever. Miyamoto was inspired by him so much, he named his baby Mario.
In light of your statements, I cannot continue to disregard your word. It is imperative that someone corrects you, and if that responsibility falls upon me, I shall not shy away from it.
Anyways, who are you?
I'm Sam, and I'm here to correct you.
Why?
Because you're the wrongest person in the world.
Okay.
Are you not cognizant of the potential ramifications that may ensue as a result of your actions? It appears that we have reached a state of impasse, which is primarily due to your incapacity to comprehend the errors in your actions. This is a complex issue that requires a thorough analysis of the underlying cause and effects, much like the effects of Hamlet's behavior that we must...
Honestly, I don't think worrying about someone else's life is a particularly healthy thing, but I digress, whatever that means. Shut your big dumb lips. Now I'm gonna let you redeem yourself. Now, if you can name off one thing I was wrong about in this entire video, Okay, maybe I made a little oopsies.
And now come with the best purpose of putting the answers of on this video.
Yeah.
Yes. I am fully committed to my statement and will proceed to terminate this recording. What?
Don't touch my stuff.
I don't care what you do.
Now, how do I segue after killing someone? Oh, I forgot to unpause my game. But with a case like this, it should have ended. Oh, shoot the stuff! Mario has always struggled to have a stable job, mostly because he kills someone every time he gets one. And if you didn't know, murder isn't usually allowed at work. For example, Mario's known for being a plumber because he's been a plumber for 37 years. Wait, 37 years? 37 years. Middle-aged my uncle mustache. He's supposed to be 24. How is he celebrating his 35th anniversary when he should be going to his first midlife crisis? If he was actually 37, not only would that mean he's been fighting Bowser as a newborn, but also if he kept doing this, the next Mario game will be New Super Mario Goes to Heaven.
Wowie zowie.
Oh right! How could I forget about you? Yeah. Not only is Luigi a hernia boy, but he also catches so many nicknames his name could be Nick. People usually call Luigi Player 2, Green Mario, or Mario Clone, but I call him a little bit. He's one of the only characters in the Mario franchise that's actually relatable because he's not a solid 3D model in the main game. And that's why I believe Luigi's the best character in Mario. Yep. Only reason. For example, look at the ending of New Super Mario Bros. U.
Woohoo! I like jokes.
Now look at how Luigi shows the big personality in his totally original game, New Super Mario Luigi Bros. U. Luigi, what the fuck? You know what? Maybe Luigi is a solid 3D model in the main game. But when he got no personality, you replace it with a balloon. Of course, Mario's a bad person, so he'll hide Luigi's balloons and force himself to find it. Wow, Mario really is a psychopath. Can you believe he stepped on Luigi's new #1 Moonstar shoes by Antonio Vietri, price $99 million? Would you believe it if I told you I googled that? Since Mario now has a brother he can now abuse, he can now do amazing sibling stuff like going to jail. And with Luigi by your side, you can now do amazing sibling stuff like this. You can even bring along 2 puke breath spores along. But sometimes having a partner in crime can cause issues. Even though Luigi is no longer a factor of existence, Mario still has many other friends like Daisy. She has a secret eye. Okay, he's Toad. Okay, now that's just a thought. You know what? Let's just imagine what Mario's friends would actually be. Wow, cool. But don't fret, Mario, because even without friends, you only have enemies. There are 2 rivals of the Mario brothers, Wario and Luigi. Very inspiring. Contrary to popular beliefs, these guys are not brothers, but Mario and Wario were childhood friends as children. And by friends, I mean Mario tortured Wario until he either died or formed a Stockholm Syndrome. Neither happened. To avenge the innocence he lost at the age of 5, he decided instead of telling a teacher, he raided Mario's castle after 40 years. During that illegal raid I like to call the Lemon Takeover, Wario may have taken a few $1 trillion, which may have led to his obsession of money matching that of Mario's. I call it the Lemon Takeover because he's yellow. Wow. Luigi, on the other hand, doesn't really have a backstory. He just shows up randomly. Nobody knows or cares about him. Oh yeah, and maybe Waluigi too. The only thing we do know about him is he man spreads like he has a pouch of 1,000 melons. Ew. Since he's basically homeless and broke and ugly.
Shut up, you stupid comedian.
You know what? How about you shut your big dumb lips? He gets rejected everywhere he goes. And you know what? I think that's a perfect representation of America today.
Rumors say he uses the rejection as a source of power used to make Waluigi the most powerful being in the universe.
Oh! Looks like my game is flipped the wrong way. Silly me. The Marios and Warios look the exact same, except one side looks absolutely hideous, and the other side makes you feel sorry for them. Get better soon. When Nintendo was making characters, they use a special technique called Control-C, Control-V. And that's what Nintendo's been doing ever since they started. Before it was used to save bits, but now it's a cash grab technique. It's used to hopefully confuse children into thinking they're new characters. You can tell they did a good job using the Control-C, Control-V technique, because it's like spot the difference, but it's actually impossible. Well, you know, the color. Whenever he feels like a day, Mario does an aptly named Mario Party. And with his clone friends, which enumerate to 40, he will unapologetically use only 8 of them. And unlike most parties, the fun isn't chugging honey sauce, but similarly hoping the owner of Monopoly is never found. And everyone,
8 people,
is invited to these impersonation proclamations. Makers, robbers, identity robbers, and pretty much anyone you can think of.
as long as there's only 8 people.
The goal of the games vary from getting bragging rights about how you're the best to bragging about how you're the superstar. But just admit it, you probably only play the minigame since you have no friends to lose. The Nintendo-approved way to play is to run around the board while obeying the trials of the dice and the circles on the floor depending on what color they are. Trying to get stars and occasionally Zitars, and avoiding death from Mario's futuristic murder traps in addition to the deadly amount of radiation from the main collectibles to eventually gain aforementioned bragging rights. Or, if you were born in the 2010s, you have to confirm the validity of the driver's license you lack. But who needs validity when you have...
I'm not saying that again.
Instead of driving safely with your friends, you can recklessly crash into them on an unethical road to make sure that driver's license is officially yours. And this game is perfect for anyone who wants to officially end all happiness, since it's scientifically the most stressful game in existence. You can collect glass boxes off the road and throw its sustenance at anyone with skill. And you have to endure multiple 4-track long Grand Prixes on every speed limit that's unsafe in order to succeed
on this life.
So basically, the goal of the game is to die, win, and maintain frenemies.
Also, this can happen.
Obviously, after 30 years... Hold on. Yellow?
That was the 90s?
Obviously, after the era of reptilian Cerestrians... Hold on.
I know it.
Nintendo's gonna start running low on reskins. Ideas. So let's actually try to come up with cool ideas. I got it. Let's force the fans to make levels for us. That'll never go wrong. It turns out when you expect a group of non-reserved and tryhards to make a level for you without giving them a guide, they'll end up making a level as steady as the faces. So to make up for this truthful farce, we can replace amiibos for non-existent online. But to fix the levels, we can tell them nobody likes a troll. Like, what are people gonna do with that information? With these games existing, playing Mario isn't really fun anymore. And that's why you can watch them on TV. I'm not sure how canon the Mario shows are, but they sure do give you a lot of lore. For example, did you know Mario is actually from the cleanest and most magicalest place ever? Yeah, I'm talking about Brooklyn. That wasn't until he stayed up past his bedtime to see a 1980s Hoonapop commercial ruining their sleeping schedule and spawning Blue Dog, who appears in their family business,
aka the spaghetti food shop,
and kidnaps the Mario Brothers. Also, they're the Mario Brothers, and one of them is named Mario, which means his full name is Mario Mario. I digress, whatever that means. And for a show that tells you to, and I quote, do the Mario, do the Mario, do the Mario, it's almost better than the games because they give you lore. Unlike the aforementioned movies, the Mario games pretty much have the same story.
Hey Mario, I baked the cake for you. Come over so you can get destroyed by Bowser like you do every time.
Oh, Peach, a cake, so yummy. I can't wait. Oh no, peaches are gone. Oh no. I know.
And the lore isn't anything special either. The biggest piece of lore is the damsel in distress has magical powers.
Let me reiterate that.
The damsel in distress, who gets kidnapped like it's a family tradition,
has magical powers to dispel the evil magic
yielded by a kidnapper. And have I told you the kidnapper uses his evil magic to turn the citizens of the Mushroom Kingdom into the same bricks Mario uses to bust his cranium with?
This whole time, Mario's been eating Peach's servants and she doesn't even freaking care. And she could be like, oh, I'm in my closet, by the way. That's not it. She could be like,
Hey, those are my servants. So, girl, Instagram selfie. Could you not murder them? Selfie. Instagram servants.
Since Peach has failed to be a responsible mother of a lot, we'll have to remove it from the show as an alternative method to hugging into that since YouTube deemed it as too gory.
To refrain from continuing this behavior. It is not appropriate to assign blame to her for being occupied all the time.
Oh, you again. Yeah, listen, can you speak English this time? I know you use sentence structures like a Japanese man on a Friday night, but your words really don't mean anything because you're not as smart as you really think you are. Even though she's a princess, she has magic powers that can most likely bring the toads back to normal. Because it's the cartoon, now shut your dumb lips.
You may think being a princess is easy. You don't understand how hard it is to be a princess. I wish you could experience it for yourself because only then would you truly appreciate the challenges that come with the title. And you'll get a newfound respect for those who hold the position.
I can't be a princess, you idiot. And you don't know how hard it is to make this video. It's roughly 2,000 pages of unique drawings. And if that doesn't deserve a subscribe... You want? Let me ask the question. Do you know what it's like to be a princess?
Well, they're supposed to take care of the kingdom when the king is gone.
Which he isn't doing.
But look, big donor, you're still the wrongest person in the world.
You know what? Let me get something for you. Listen, I don't care. Leave or this button will be
Shoot me again. I don't care.
It's already happened. Do you not learn from your mistakes? Because it doesn't seem like you do.
Not that fast. You are supposed to sing.
And why not?
I was supposed to do my long monologue. Peachy's just an innocent character who gets kidnapped more times than one usually would.
It's almost like you don't even consider my feelings. It's actually what it's for. Wait, what did you say?
Peachy's an innocent character. She gets kidnapped more times than one usually would.
You see, now that's called using your brain, you stupid turmeric. There's no way Peach can be kidnapped on a daily basis with so many useless status to display. Unless... I got it! Peach must be an evil being of ultimate dysfunction who wants to take over the world so everyone will be a loyal royal slave. And she can only achieve that with the use of Waluigi's rejection power. She already has a kingdom of slaves, but she needs more just so they can build a temporary empire under Toadette's command. And not to mention her kidnappation, she's probably using Bowser as a day piece and Mario as a night piece. So in summary, do not trust Peach Nave because she's a manipulator who wants to take over the world and make everyone a servant, and she can only do that by taking advantage of gullible idiots.
Or maybe you're just crazy.
Ah, shoot.